everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Ciocca Hyundai of Quakertown in Quakertown, Pennsylvania. Take a look at this brand new 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6. This is the limited long range version of the Ioniq 6 in digital green. So we're going to dig into this, see what it brings to this electrified sedan market. So let's dig in. All right, the front end of this Ioniq 6 in digital green. My apologies for all the pollen, but it's one of the worst pollen seasons here in eastern Pennsylvania they've ever seen, so it's tough to keep it off. Again, digital green, LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED turn signals, functionality in the grille down below here, because you know we have the lithium-ion batteries that need to be kept cool as this car is moving down the road. Functional side air curtains to channel the air down the side of the car, reduce that coefficient of drag, give it more range. That's the whole idea here in a battery electric vehicle. But overall, it's a pretty cool looking front end, especially with that low slung hood. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. All right, wheel and tire setup on this dual motor all-wheel drive Ioniq 6. We have a 20-inch wheel, gloss black silver accents, really cool look to it. Gives it a great sense of motion going down the road. Standard braking rotors, the Hyundai badge on the center cap. Now these 20-inch wheels are wrapped in Pirelli P0 all seasons, 245 on the width, a 40 series sidewall 20s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. All right, full side profile on this Ioniq 6, and it is a bold design from Hyundai. We have that sloping hood line, roof line, all the way coming back to the trunk. It's one big arch. And again, they're trying to give it some design, give it some action on the outside, but they got to keep it slippery through the air to extend the range of the car. So that's why you have that really nice looking arched shape here on this Ioniq 6. Let me know how you feel about the design of this Ioniq 6 in the comments. Moving in closer, we are color matched on the side view mirror with LED turn signal, 360-degree view cameras. We have the door handles, which are color matched, and they are recessed into the doors. Again, we want to reduce drag on the vehicle. We come to the back, the charge port on the right side. On the back here, we have a spoiler that comes off, which we'll talk about when we get to the back end. Color matched, shark fin antenna, panoramic roof. All right, we're at the rear end of the Ioniq 6, and I think it looks so cool. Hyundai badge in the middle, Ioniq 6 underneath that. We have those LED tail lights and turn signals that come all the way across the light bar, coming all the way across the vehicle. Down below, we got some gloss black backup lights on either side of the license plate area, and then we have that spoiler coming off on the top part of the trunk area above the Hyundai badge. And we got to remember, if we're going to go speedy down the road in a dual motor battery electric vehicle, we need to apply some downforce as well. We want to make it slippery through the air, but we also want to apply downforce, and that's what that is there for, to make sure you don't lose traction and you don't flip and go airborne. That's the idea of the downforce. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about the rear end of this Ioniq 6. All right, we're under the hood of this 2023 Ioniq 6 limited long range. Dual motor action. Underneath here, we do have some storage, but obviously we got front motors and rear motors to give it that all-wheel drive action. What we're looking at is a 77.4 kilowatt hour, 697 volt lithium polymer battery pack in this Ioniq 6 limited long range. 320 horsepower, 446 pound-feet of torque, MPGEs 111 on the city, 94 on the highway, 103 combined. All right, here we are at the back right of the vehicle at the charge port door, and we have our regular charge up there, level 1 or 2, and then we have the DC fast charge. So a full charge for this Ioniq 6 all-wheel drive or dual motor long range, full charge 270 miles. Now, charging at a level 2 charger at home you're going to get about 25 miles per 1 hour of charging. And at a DC fast charger, you're going to go 10% to 80% in 18 minutes, and that's roughly 209 miles of range in 18 minutes. So it charges very quick on the DC fast charger, and the range for a large dual motor sedan is pretty darn good at 270 miles. Now you can go longer in range by going with the rear motor only, and then you can get up to 361 miles of range if you're going rear motor only SE trim. But if you want the top dog limited all-wheel drive trim, you get the dual motors 270 miles of total range. And that's pretty good for a big, heavy sedan like this. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, before we get into the interior of this Ioniq 6 Limited long range, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this big, beautiful digital green car cost? Well, MSRP for the Ioniq 6 Limited all-wheel drive long range trim before options, $56,100. Now in this particular car, we need to add in $210 for the carpeted floor mats, another $55 for the cargo net, cargo tray and reversible rear is $120, and then an extra $120 for the mud guards. Freight and handling, $1,115 for a total MSRP of $57,720. Let's check out this interior. All right, on the footbox, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. We do have aluminum finish on the brake and the accelerator. The white packing is still on the accelerator. That's why it looks white, but it is aluminum. Would have been nice to have a little aluminum finish on the dead pedal, kind of finish it off. Let me know what you think. We have the carpeted floor mats in the trunk area at this time. Now we have our sill plate, silver, it says Ioniq 6 to welcome you to the car. Very, very nice. We have power seats for the driver and front passenger with lumbar. And then the seating, black seating with white stitching, looking good. This nice digital design, kind of the way the Ioniq 6 rocks in the seats. Nice bolstering. Really, really nice look here in this Ioniq 6. All right, door panel action. A really interesting looking door panel because it looks very, very plain, but it has a lot of subtle touches, which I love. We have soft touch up top. We have this nice ribbed plastic insert material, which gives it a more flair and a different touch. Of course, we have the upgraded sound system in this, the Bose, when we have a nice soft armrest. Now, all the interior, even though it looks beautiful, is all made from sustainable materials. There's no leather. These seats are not leather. These seats are H-Tex, so they feel like leather. They look like leather, but they're not. And all the other materials on the interior are made from sustainable sources. We have soft touch up here, more of this nice digital looking trim in flat black. Here is our ambient lighting that's on right now, looking cool. And I love the way they have all of these heat and air vents integrated in. Sorry about that. I had to turn the air down because it's blowing too hard. And then we have more of the Bose speakers up there in the A-pillar, and then we have a nice large glove box. Infotainment screen, we have Hyundai's 12.3-inch multimedia or infotainment system. Touchscreen action, yes. Nice and responsive, as you can see. Dual panel action, absolutely. All their screens pretty much operate the same way. Wi-Fi hotspot, Bluetooth your phone, all that jazz is in here. Take a look at your battery life, what your range is to the charge on your battery. This one's almost full, which is nice. But the downside is we still have wired Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in this 2023 Ioniq 6. Hyundai and Kia need to get to wireless CarPlay and Android Auto with their larger screens. That's something that should be on their to-do list. Now, if we look at the backup camera, nice and large with trajectory, great clarity, and the 360 with great clarity. You can spin your Ioniq 6 around if you want, see exactly where it is. So it is a pretty cool backup camera, really well done here by Hyundai in this Ioniq 6. Moving on down, again, more of the ambient lighting, four-way hazards, 2 heat and air vents down below. We have dual zone climate control action, which is nice. And then if you want to get into your heated ventilated seats and heated steering wheel, that's in the screen. So you push this button right here, and then this pops up. Now you can turn on the ventilated seats and then make it colder. Or you can just make it warmer to put on the heated seats, and in the center is off. So that's how that action works. And here's your heated steering wheel on, off, but that is done from the infotainment screen. Coming down further, USB-A wireless charging, 2 cup holders, nice looking Hyundai key fob lock, unlock, remote start, panic button, nice weight, looking good. Here is our lock and unlock the doors. This here is the windows. As we don't have any controls on the doors, they're all in the center. Windows all 4 around, and then the lockout, auto brake hold, another area for storage, semi-soft armrest, open it up, and we have 2 USB-Cs and some storage. So they got you covered USB-C and USB-A in here. And then way underneath, we do have the floating center console with an area for storage down below and a 12-volt. Ioniq 6 steering wheel. I love this steering wheel. I think it looks so cool. But we have, again, sustainable materials. Feels like leather, nice and soft like leather, but it's not. With the stitching, nice 10 and 2 notches. Look at this Ioniq action here on the horn button, looking totally futuristic, which is cool. You got your drive modes down here. On the left side here, you got your cruise control and the controls to go through your 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster. And then on the right side, you have your telephone voice commands and your modes for your infotainment screen and your volume and all that jazz, and the star button, which is your favorites button. So that's an interesting little thing. Now, here is the 1-speed transmission gear shift. Instead of being down on the center console, they have it up here like an old-fashioned baby. And now, in order to get it into, let's say, drive, you twist it forward, and now we're in drive. To get it back to neutral, 1 touch. To go to reverse, another 1 touch. And there you go, into reverse. And then if you want park, you push the P on the end, and we're back into park. So very similar to Mercedes-Benz and how that works in their cars. But an interesting take on it here from Hyundai. Now we have the paddles to go through our regen braking. Do we want to have no regen braking on and just go with 2-pedal driving, or do we want to max the regen and go 1-pedal driving? That's what you can do there. And then on the stalks here, you have your headlight controls and your windshield wiper controls. And then down here, we have our electric parking brake, brighten and dim the dash, open the trunk, open the charge port door, traction control off. Here is your controls for your side view mirrors. So they're not on the door, they're right in here, left, right, and then the pad. And then this button here will go ahead and give you the power fold action. So that Hyundai's got you covered there. And then the driver's seat right up here, these 2 buttons here, right in front of the door handle, that are your 2 memory seat settings. This vehicle does have safe exit. So when you turn the vehicle off, this seat will slide back to allow you more room to get out of the car. But the steering wheel is a manual tilting and telescoping, so that won't move up and out of the way. Now, 12.3-inch digital dash action, looking good. You hit that button here and you can go through additional information. Each one of these has different submenus as well. So they got you covered there. Here in this Hyundai Ioniq 6. And now our drive mode action, again, down here, I like the fact that it's on the steering wheel. We have Sport, we have Eco, and we have Normal. And then if we press and hold this button, we go to Snow. So that's how you get it into snow mode. So one little click will get you through the standard drive modes, and then a press and hold, boom, you're in snow. So that's how that action rolls. We're going to leave it in eco for the drive today. See what kind of range we can get. See what kind of miles per kilowatt hour we can rack up on this Ioniq 6. But it's a really nice, versatile, easy thing to use. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Overhead console, nice action going on here. LED lighting with sunroof. If you want the LED dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, this button remains in with the orange light on. When you open the door, the lighting will come on. When you close the door, the lighting will dim out. And now, SOS button in case you have an emergency on the road. And now, your blue link for your phone. And then right here, here is the one touchback for the shade. And then the standard sunroof will open up. Not a panoramic, pardon me, that's a correction from earlier in the review. And then one touch back. Closes the glass and in comes the shade. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. Nice job there. Sun visor with vanity and LED light. Nice. Does it slide? Yes, it does to block out the side sun. Nice. All right, back seat action on this Ioniq 6. That seat is set for my driving position. As we come in, more nice sill plate action here. Saying Ioniq 6 to welcome your back seat passengers into your Ioniq. Now we're going to jump on into this thing. Even with this sloped roof, easy to get in at 5'11". Look at the room here. Seat for my driving position. Look at this action. This thing feels huge back here. Plenty of headroom, plenty of shoulder width room on this Ioniq 6. That same nice sustainable material on down. Cargo net behind the driver's seat and the front passenger seat. In the back here, 2 heat and air vents, 2 USB-Cs, and then down below a little area for storage. Rear door panel, exactly the same as the front. Same use of material, same use of designs. Here's that front door panel looking good. Here's the back door panel looking good. So really nice subtle changes in textures and in look on this door panel from Hyundai. In the back, same nice back seats with that sustainable material, even though it looks like leather. Really nice and comfortable. Armrest, look at that. A little firm, but it is soft enough. And then 2 cup holders. So here in the back of this Ioniq 6, I got tons of room back here. Tons of room back here. And dome light action, LED. Why not here in the back of this Ioniq 6? I'm feeling like a big dog back here. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments. All right, getting in the trunk area of this Ioniq 6, you can pop it from the dash, or you can come to the back. Here's your backup camera right there. Here's the button. Just push it in. Nice electric assist on the way up, this limited action. Nice electric assist on the way down. Look at the size of this trunk space in here. It's not a hatchback, but it gives you a lot of great space. Here is the Ioniq 6 carpeted cargo mat. Here is your carpeted floor mats right there. So they got you covered. Accessories, wheel locks, books, tools. Underneath here, they got you covered with your charge cable for your level 2 charger at home. No spare, unfortunately, in the back of the Ioniq 6, but a huge amount of space for your bags. You could put a few suitcases in here, go down to Florida for the winter. If you want to, here from Jersey, you want to let those back seats down because you got big time stuff to put in here, and you're not going to have any rear seat passengers. We got the pull lever action going, kind of low tech for an Ioniq, but hey, it works, and if it works, why change it? And then once we pull those, we just set the seats down and we go to the other side. And we set the seat down. And now look at that action. Bit of a kick up, but a huge amount of room for those longer items. So a great use of space in the back of this Ioniq 6 by Hyundai. All right, here's the window sticker for this 2023 Ioniq 6 Limited long range all-wheel drive with the 20-inch wheels. So we're going to zoom in, give you the big action on this car. Digital green with black interior. Standard equipment now we're going through. Added features down below, not a whole lot of them. A lot comes standard. There's your price, $57,720. And we'll give you a shot of the fuel economy. official EPA estimates. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're heading down the road in this 2023 Ioniq 6 with the sunroof cam, giving you this overview of the cockpit on the interior. Looking good. Excuse me. A lot of pollen out here in eastern Pennsylvania. Love the dash setup in here. 12.3-inch instrument cluster, 12.3-inch infotainment screen. The lighting is perfect. Everything looks good. Love the ambient lighting. You can change the ambient lighting moods in the infotainment system. You can even do a custom ambient lighting color in the infotainment system, which I didn't have time to go through on this overview review today, but that is in there, and you can make it any color you want. Considering this is a car that is a green car, I would go with the blue ambient lighting in here, kind of match up with the dash. I'm big on doing stuff like that, or the green, since I'm green on the outside. So either one of the two and I'm good. The drive on this is beautiful. It's a beautiful driving car. Heavy, because we got big battery in here, and we got decent range for a very heavy sedan that has dual motors and 320 horsepower. So we got some serious range on this. 270 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you look at dual motor action, all-wheel drive action, and the weight and size of this sedan, I think it's pretty good. And if you want to go down to SE, rear motor only, then you can get up to 361 on the range, which is big money, or excuse me, big range right now in the game, the EV game. But look at that, it's quiet. I'm zipping down the road like a mad dog, no problems at all. Look at this, nice and quiet, right? Look at that handling around these S curves. Look at this bullshit. Yeah, I mean, it's just nice. It's compliant, great handling, meaning you turn this vehicle and it's going to go. And I'm getting some nice feedback from the wheels through the steering wheel, which I was not expecting to get out of an Ioniq 6. But I'm getting it. I got great visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirror. This arch shape gives me the great coefficient of drag, so I'm going to be slipping down the road in this, avoiding all those wind gusts like a big dog in here. Love how it is. The sunroof, perfect. Don't need a big one for me, so I'm good with a standard one for sure. But just a really nice, easy, compliant ride in this Ioniq 6. And I got the tech I want too, right? I got the heated and ventilated seats. 3, 2, 1. Nice takeoff. We're up to speed. We're down the road now, almost 70 miles an hour down here on these back roads like a big dog. This thing takes off pretty good. I mean, it's not going to match big horsepower stuff like the EV6 GT, but it takes off really well. And it's compliant on the steering. Look at this. Yeah. Really well damped, really quiet, not a lot of wind noise, sound deadened really well. So they've built a really good EV. Now, the question, and I got all the tech like I was saying earlier before I changed what I wanted to do. I have these big digital screens. I got the heated seats, I got the ventilated seats, I got dual climate action going on, I have wireless charging, I have USB-A, USB-Cs. I mean, I got the whole schmear going on in this limited Ioniq 6, looking good. So now the question becomes, what do you do with an EV like the Ioniq 6? Because now, as the tax credit issue gets more narrow, and the Ioniq 6 is no longer a qualifying car for the tax credits, and do you still go EV with the Ioniq 6 or Ioniq 5, or do you go gas powered instead? I mean, I want to ask this question as a poll, not in particular about Ioniq 6, but all things being equal, If you were looking at buying an EV or a gas-powered car and nothing had tax credits associated with it, the price was the price, would you pick an EV or would you pick a gas-powered car instead? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see if I kind of add them up, see what kind of percentage I get, gas versus EV, if there aren't any tax credits. That's an interesting question I've been thinking about with these cars now that had the credits available up through July of last year, and now since August, when the new law passed, August of 22, Ioniq 6 doesn't qualify, EV6 doesn't qualify, Ioniq 5 doesn't qualify. So what would you do? But if you're looking for an EV, right, this Ioniq 6 is a damn good EV. So I would put it on the list to test drive. Now, the styling might not be your cup of tea, that wedge shape. I personally didn't like it initially when I saw it in videos that I've seen from, right, on YouTube. But once I saw it in person, it looked totally different. And it looked much better to me and my eye in person, especially in this digital green. So it's a really bold, cool design from Hyundai on this Ioniq 6. And don't judge it by the videos you see on YouTube, including mine. Go and see one for yourself in person. See what you think, because it is very well put together, drives great, well damped, gets good range, you get dual motor action, you get good horsepower, you get a lot of great things with this EV. Quick charging, 10% to 80%, 209 miles in 18 minutes. If you're on the highway on a road trip and you don't want to stop for an hour to charge your car, this baby will charge you 209 in 18 minutes, and you can unplug and get the hell out of there and get on your way. So I think that makes a lot of sense, and this car makes a lot of sense for those reasons. But let me know what you think about Ioniq 6 in the comments. Would you go this way? Would you go Hyundai Ioniq 6, or would you go Ioniq 5, or would you go to Kia with Kia EV6, EV6 GT, or the new EV9 that's going to be coming out? You're going domestic EV to get those tax credits? Let me know what you think in the comments. But I want to thank Ciocca Hyundai here in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, for allowing the channel access to this 2023 Hyundai Ioniq 6 Limited long-range all-wheel drive. For a review today, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please can also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone. Look at that beauty. If you can see all that, front cameras, rear camera, 360, let me know what kind of action I got. Really, really nice. See you guys next time.